How we doing, Brownie? How we doing today, Bubba? Yeah, we had to reorganize some things on the bed and stuff, and you know, say, Brownie, I lost my fight collar. Yeah, say I cost Dad $100 this morning. He had to order me a new one. 2 days shipping. I love you. I wish these people would learn to know that I'm a good person, but they don't believe it. They just call me a clown and stuff and everything else. But I'm over it. I think it's funny to talk about this in-house drama that they got going on. It's just retarded. Hello to the chat. I say hello to the chat because half of the chat is people that don't like me and just here to just watch and speculate. I don't know who I'm not, but I'm not focused on drama though. I'll tell you all one thing. I'm focused on my dog here. I got to get my Voc rehab finished. Got to get him his collar back. We got to finish his service dog training, and he'll be a fully trained service dog, and he'll be able to help me with stuff like deep pressure therapy. I mean, he already kind of helps me with my anxiety already, but he's the best dog ever. I rescued him months ago. Well, he rescued himself, actually. He came up behind me while I was delivering a pizza and whimpered. He had never been able to stay away from me since. Have you, buddy? Have you? Say no. I love you so much. People don't understand why I get so upset about them talking about you. You're like my son. You know, it may sound sad, but I'm not going to have any kids when I get older. And that's partly personal reasons and social. So I've seen wacky. Well, I'm not going to mention it because if I do, but just forget about old stuff, even if old is just a couple weeks ago, whatever. Just forget, forget, forget. Yeah, kids are overrated. Tell you what, need to bust out some more medicine, I believe. Uh, Probably about a good size. Try to make a good size little. No, I didn't creep her out. She knew I talked to her beforehand. That's just more disinformation. She knew that I had been getting, she knows the issues I got. She knows that I was getting harassed and cyberbullied. You guys are just pathetic at this point. No, you're not going to watch any more training uh, because I shouldn't even had the thought that I should go out of my way to prove anything to you guys. I am going to prove that I'm sober because I hate being out of rehab for 4 years strong now, and the only thing I take is what is prescribed. And according to my doctor, I'm sober. According to my soul, I'm sober. According to my family, I'm sober. My friends, my recent employer, I was sober. And whoever my next employer is, I'll be sober. Although I may be having to file for, try to get part time disability or something because this just came out of nowhere. And I'm not in an easy position where I live or anything to just go grab any old regular McDonald's job. If I could go grab a job at McDonald's today, I would go do it. Hey Ford for Life, how you doing? I know me and you are at least trying to be cool. I hope. I don't care who else you hang out or watch with, dude. I'm just trying to make. I'm just. If I can make new, better relations with different people online, I'd like to. Because the people, you know, yeah, I was at fault some, sure. I'm not going to say I wasn't or pretend I wasn't. People say that I'm not a man because I don't admit or own up to my mistakes. Yes, the fuck I do. Little, a little bit too much, actually, probably more so than other people do. Just like that Sasquatch guy, they all were down to, and now all of a sudden he's been scamming everything else. Lee told me that he took his side. He ran out of my life and went to Lee to get Lee's help on dealing with me. That's some pussy shit. Hey, Delilah, you and Sugar, uh, yeah, it would be rude, especially if you were new and I don't ever acknowledge you, but you like to keep putting me through guilt trips. So, but hey, how you doing, Sugar Nova? Um, Delilah, yeah, make sure to tell your husband I appreciate him thinking that this is my job and I need some hobbies or whatever. I'm not focusing on that bullshit. Every time you guys come in here and bring something up, you get me right back started onto it. I'm trying to talk about my dog and other things. So why don't we have a chill stream for once? I had to buy a new collar. That collar, oh, how have you put me through a guilt trip? I'm not doing this cycle, Sugar. I'm not. I don't have anything against you. I don't hate you. I know you hate me. I know your husband, whatever, hates me or whatever. Y'all really, really hate me and don't believe at all that I made that mistake when I showed my computer screen. I get it. Y'all don't believe it. Y'all think that I'm just full of shit, that I did it on purpose. But answer me this. When that happened, me and you were not in any falling out or arguing. Yeah, a job would help me with my mental health. I've got a counselor coming, but you guys don't know anything about my living situation. Okay, Sugar Nova, if that's the case, then I apologize, maybe. I don't know how he lost his collar, RJO. See, that's the thing. I went to bed last night and I put the Phi collar base onto the base module. And I could have swore that I put it in there to charge because when I woke up this morning, his collar's not on him. I looked on my bed for the collar pieces and they're not there. So I literally reorganized or basically took my bed apart, everything. That's why stuff looks a little neater and cleaner because I tore this room up thinking that he somehow or that I somehow had misplaced it. The collar wasn't magnetically attached to the base module, and it darn sure I can't locate it. It keeps saying it's right here, and I've searched all around outside, everywhere. I cannot find it. And it pisses me off because, I mean, that was the first one. And right after I got that one, they came out with this series two. So I don't know. I hate to have spent $100 that I was having to squeeze already on an emergency expense, but he's got to have a GPS collar because I just it would kill me if something happened to my dog. He is. People have actually said, service dog my ass. Well, you're right. He's almost a service dog. I've said it numerous times, service dog in training. You can self-train a service dog, especially now with apps like Good Pup that offer vet tech trainers and American Kennel Club certified trainers. That's what I thought he was hiding it. I don't have Apple phone. I couldn't use the AirTag. And see, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I almost feel like he was able to get it off his head somehow. Maybe it got loosened or something, but I can't find it outside anywhere. It's almost like somebody stole it and put it. And guys, yeah, I have a conspiratorial mind, but like Citizen Z, the only thing I ever did was question him and stuff. And I think and all of you guys let told Citizen Z, I hope to let him know, da da da. You know what it was that made him stop streaming with me? He said he opened an email that was blank pretty much, and he clicked on a link, and next thing you know, he lost $300. I don't know if somebody done that to him because he was hanging out with me. I thought it was, and I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. And he took it to mean it too. So that's why he's not streaming with me. That and because I've asked him why he's laughed at me and everything else and act completely fake behind me, but we won't go into that. Yeah, that was kind of funny. To see Brownie, he does do stuff like that. That's what see. That's what he claims, Delilah. That's what he claims. He also claimed to be a brother of mine. A brother of mine, even as hard headed as I am, like it seems like he would have like shook me down or whatever. I don't know. He kept trying to say it was drama, and I guess after a certain point it is, but I just never wanted to be humiliated. I never wanted to start fights with anybody, virtual or whatever. I got addicted to this bad. It became not my job, but my main side hobby because I had a job and I was getting paid and everything up while this was all starting out. And that MC, he says stuff that's so reckless and inaccurate, it's dangerous. I can't even interact with him. Don't ask him to be unblocked. He's not getting unblocked. I'm not talking about him either. I just can't believe him because I thought he was somebody that was like a friend to me at first, but these people are not my friends, just like Scooter told me. That's why I said shout out to Scooter because out of everything people have said, Scooter has been a good person and he offered his home to me and everything else and me to come up there and I would take it if I was legit 100 in that position and needed that favor, but I'm not going to take it just so I can get uh sympathy out of for doing it from everybody and go spend time on his dime. I'm not going to do that, especially when I don't like the issues I have is more socially and with coping and stuff like that. Yeah, Beggins is straight up. Like I'm starting to see now why he is so like I can understand like why he's been so heavy on Dirk's neck because Dirk is just one of those guys that can like flip you off while pointing a gun at a picture of your loved one or something on YouTube. I mean, he just comes across as one of those types of guys to me. I could be wrong, but he does. And I mean, I've heard the stories and things I'm not going to repeat. And it's more than an addictive personality. If you really have studied the adpleology aspects of it, see what people don't understand is that we all have energies affecting us right now subconsciously without us even knowing it. And those energies, one of them is our birth name. It has a vibratory frequency to it. And if you've got three or more nines in your name, you do have an easy addictiveness to your nature. I've got four. So I've got one plus one. Anybody whose first vowel starts with an A, they're a great leader. Not saying that they're great as in good, but they're great at the ability to lead. And you can look all throughout history and verify that. Napoleon Bonaparte, Adolf Hitler, Alexander the Great, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr. You can just go on and on. And no, that's not why I said Scooter wanted to help because of sympathy. I said I didn't want to take his help because look, this is how I see it. If I know that I'm taking my meds as prescribed and even not taking all of the ones that I could take that are available to me, and I am doing everything I can, but I'm having issues with the internet, that's the main reason, then for me to take that, a part of me thought, I could take it to gain sympathy and gain likes and stuff. But why would I do that to him and waste his money and stuff to go through a program that one, I already went through all through 2019. I came back home in the middle of it to visit my grandmother's funeral and put her in the ground. And then I went back to it, worked for another 6 months living in sober living. I was let go with a bridge script to my next provider. I was told by my addiction provider, you will have to keep taking this medicine because of your chronic pain syndrome. So I came back home, and since I have been back home, I have not abused any of my meds I get, and I do not abuse anything on the street. Yeah, my first vowel is an I. Yeah. Alfred, yeah, he had an A in his first vowel, exactly. But that's not to say they don't have other things. The whole name spiritual aspect is complicated. That would be an hour long stream if I were to really want to get into it properly and break it down for you. And I do want to share it with people because I think that people deserve to know this information. It can cause you to break your reality, some of the chains left from the reality we've been programmed into, you can break that and make connections and newer and better connections. And like I have learned how to diffuse situations in my real life now on online, it's a whole nother issue. I need to take what I know how to do in real life and learn to start applying it more online and stop being so reactive. But when you get the notification and everything and like the dopamine hit. I just watched the documentary the other night about how it's a hit of dopamine when we get the notification and everything. Like, I had no idea any of the brain chemistry stuff worked like that when it comes to social media. That blew my fucking mind. Like, so I am trying to be here humble today. I'm not trying to act like I'm better than anybody. And I'm not trying to act like I'm lesser than anybody either. Although I do think one thing we can all agree in is that Iceman is an asshole. I know I've said stuff in anger and stuff and said stuff I wished I hadn't said after the fact and stuff. And I hate that. I hate it every day. I get reminded of it. I'm disappointed in myself of it. And, you know, there's nothing else I can say that's going to make it any better. So all I can do is to make sure and go out of my way to make sure that nothing like it ever happens again. And that's what I'm doing. But man, this, I don't know what's the deal with all the other drama, and the only reason why I cared or even seemed to interject myself in the comments or anything at all about it was because I wanted to know what, about Sasquatch, because he had came across to me like he was a friend. And I've got screenshots from, and like I said, I'm not starting anything, so I'm going to say less names, but I've got screenshots of content creators saying, well done, you're in. That worked perfectly. And it was on a video recording, making fun of me, some fluke I had on stream or whatever. And that confirms to me that there has been like a group that's been trying to steer or, you know, cause me to react, and that's okay. But I've got to be a man and stop worrying about it and re- block it. And the best way I can do by blocking it is by keeping my streams focused on things that the audience wants to hear or that I'm interested in, a mutual thing or a vote, chill streams, just talking, seeing how everyone's doing. I do genuinely care about people. I want people to know that about me. Otherwise, guys, I wouldn't be sitting here with my camera on and my face. Yeah, I don't look the best. I haven't. It's Sunday. You know, I haven't done much this morning besides look all over for a $100 collar that I can't seem to find no matter where I look. Growing up to be a man has been hard for me. It's been hard for me because I didn't. My family relationship is complicated. I don't want to say too much because then somebody will say that I'm throwing my family under the bus. I try to come on here and be genuine, and my eyes are teared because every time I feel like I'm doing this and it's a good thing, it always comes back to bite me. But I'm going to continue anyhow. I was given two options, two choices, and I'm torn between sticking on and picking which one to do. And I think it's a conflict between wanting peace and wanting the ability and freedom to be able to interact with other people, especially since I live in such a rural environment. Thank you, Todd, for letting me know that you're somebody I need to block. You guys want to make fun of me all you want on anywhere else. I mean, I can't stop you, so go right ahead. But you're not going to do it on my stream and stay here. I pay for everything I can. I do everything I possibly that reality will allow me to do. It's not the addiction part that I'm on the subs mainly for. I don't have a craving to go get some Loratabs in the back of my head, but I have chronic pain, and the pain I have is so much that I take the maximum amount of Tylenol every day, like clockwork. And if it was good enough by itself, you know, that's why I am, that and the addiction combined is the reason why I would probably be on subs for the rest of my life unless something changes and they invent something that, you know, yeah, I'm taking accountability. I'm taking it right now. So you, not to be rude, but you were rude. I'm taking accountability. I'm taking accountability. I'm asserting myself. I'm doing everything I possibly, I'm doing all aspects. So if you're coming in and you come into a part where it seems I'm being a little arrogant or something, go back and rewatch the whole thing from start to finish, and you'll see the progression. I'm trying to be just myself. Um, the accountability that I need to take is I was way too trusting. No, you're not blocked, Herbal. I was way too trusting of certain people. I believe things. Yes, RJO, you're not blocked either. I shouldn't have just ran with things. I let my anger get the better of me. I reacted on whims. I wished something horrible on poor people that I never should have done. And I'm sorry. Uh, I've straight up taken someone's, you know, which I get it. I get the lesson, guys. Okay, I do. Maybe it was needed. I don't know. I guess it was. But I got the lesson, and I learned it. I just wanted to be a part of something online, something to fill the time more. Well, I've been looking for a job anymore lately. Well, be perfectly honest with you, I was just up employed up until last week, but no, I have not looked for a job yet. Um, I, I don't. Number one, I have transportation, and number two, I'd have to walk about 10 miles, which is almost nearly impossible with my leg and my back to the nearest place to see if I could get a job. Maybe about a mile and a half at the dollar store, but they're not hiring. So I did work. What are you talking about? I had a job that I worked for 8 years as a caregiver, and it was only within the last few months that I've been on like a sabbatical type, but I still got paid and I was on call. And if something happened, I would have gotten a ride anyway, how, and I would have been there to work. So, no, I'm not making any excuses. That is also something that's been talked about. He, I'm trying to get him to not want, because he's wanting to substitute teach, and I don't want him to do that, but I, it's hard telling him what to do. But I am going to apply at the new Dollar Tree that was open just a mile and a half down the road, since that's the closest and first thing that comes to mind. I am going to do that today so that tomorrow I can call them when they're open. Oh yeah, it's not about maybe not getting a ride. I'm trying to get. I have vote. Look, let me show you guys. Have voc rehab. I have a caseworker because I do have conditions and disabilities. I have a caseworker that is trying to help me. It's just that she's not in the office. See, everything sounds like an excuse, but it's not an excuse. I just had a meeting with her 2 weeks ago. So, I mean, you guys, I know you can be skeptical. I don't have no problem with it. Work from home on the computer. What jobs are hiring for that? Well, if that's the case, I'll start looking up for that right now, Sugar Nova. I didn't know. And in my area, I think some of them are based on areas, but I'll check. Yeah, definitely. I'll check LinkedIn, what you call it, Snag a Job, all those. Hell, I'm even registered with the state career center. What do you do, Herbal? What do you do online with the computer? Can you do it any can you do the remote work? Because sometimes when I've applied for a work from home position, it was based on location and experience. I don't. I had experience with technological, but I don't think my location. It's something that didn't work out with it. Remote work and it's everywhere. Well, let me look up remote work jobs because I'd love to have something to take my mind off stuff and do work. I mean, I'm not a lazy person. I do like to work. It's just that I can only do so much as far as physical work, unfortunately. Some of the companies, that's what I say, Leslie, but some of the companies, I don't know, for whatever reason, medical billing. Uh, I'm definitely gonna check these out. I thank you guys for the let me screenshot these. I thank you guys for the suggestions because that helps. Indeed, Sugar Nova. Okay, yeah, I use them. Well, I have. I don't use them currently, but I can. I've got a profile. Yeah, I can log right on. I want to thank. Despite what some may say, no, I haven't. I wouldn't have the money even if I could. But no, I didn't pay for the subscribers. They're the ones that I built up from May up until now. I guess I thought 200 of them had unsubbed when somebody said mass unsub one time, but I guess they did. Uh, Maybe they came back, and regardless, whatever the case, I'm grateful. Thank you. Um, I promise, henceforth, 11:48 a.m., 8/28/2022, we will make this a fun and chill channel to be at, and I will do everything in my power to do that. And as long as everybody else does too, I think we can. I mean, now if nobody else wants to, and everyone leaves, and I'll leave. It's whatever you guys want. Herbal, well, look, Herbal, if you seriously are serious about wanting to help me on YouTube, I took it as just a troll or joke or whatever, but forget YouTube about like a company, especially since I do test products like, hold on. Well, I don't test, but I use products such as, like I've used this for me and Brownie. This is a Heartland Labs THC CBD 150 milligrams each pain relief salve with elder hold on, elderberry, and it's really good. I mean, it's a really good salve that's made with THC distillate and CBD, and it's got frankincense, lavender oil, beeswax, coconut oil, and olive oil, and elderflower, THC distillate, frankincense, and lavender. Like I think I already said those. Well, Herbal, hit me up on Instagram if you want. Um, I'll make sure to pull up a tab on there. Um, if you want to talk just on there or whatever, however you want to talk, I'd like to get to know you, but I understand if you want to be cautious or whatever. I get it. I do. Small. Yeah, small. You only a dab, but this stuff will do you. But see, what's even cooler is that this is what we're going to be testing out on another video I want to do. Be testing out this is a package of C4, which is this is La Bamba #3. It's a pure indica strain. It's not a hybrid. This is a pure indica strain. This is 14 grams. It's a half ounce. So once I get through with what I currently have in my jar, I'll pop it open and I'll pour it in my jar. But I try to keep them fresh. Right now, I've got in here is banana macaroon is the kind of this, and this is some really good flour. Really good quality buds and popcorn type style buds and smalls. Yeah, that's why I redid the channel and everything. The channel's back to normal. What we need to do is we need to all of the vids and stuff I made that were positive or good, I'm gonna put them back up. All the negative ones, I'm gonna permanently delete them. Not keep them private, but delete them. I don't want to get crazy, man. I asked the doctor when I tried to kill myself, I was crazy, and she said no. She told me she ran off the list of diagnoses of what she thought that I had, and I gotta say, I think to this day I still call her spot on. And I didn't know her at all from Adam. She was from psychiatric ward in Kansas City, but I was from small town Missouri, and I was told that I had a problem and was asked if I was going to take help, which I knew if I didn't, I was, be forced to take help, and I didn't want that. I knew I needed it, so I complied. See, this jar is this is a green light jar. That's what they make their product in, and then this is a rainbow jar. Well, we're not going to focus on any drama, Herbal. I don't want to focus on no drama. I don't even want to follow YouTube drama. I mean, now if it's a part of the channel and they want to keep up with some drama going on YouTube that I'm not involved in, I people have tried to do that in the past neutrally, and it never really seems to work out too good. So I don't know about doing that either. I think staying away from it all completely would be best. Time is it's almost 12 o'clock. Two, two Tylenol. One of these. That's all I need right now. I've only taken one sub early this morning whenever I was hurting, and I still feel pretty good. I ate breakfast and getting ready for lunch here soon. But I've been watching a lot of House. What have you guys been up to? I like to watch House. It makes me feel happy. I miss my Mimi. You guys don't understand. I miss Saul. We used to email each other, regularly, and he would regularly send me cards and stuff. But it's all over. That's why. That's why a certain individual got me so upset when they said what they said. Oh, you guys saw. I guess you guys did see. Hey, Kid Natural. Hey, um, did you guys notice my Walter White style esque hat that I bought? I like it. It goes good whenever I dress up for like church or funeral or something. or whenever I went to my meeting the other night. It feels good. Why wouldn't they be able to see you, Sugar Nova? I'm not blocking you. I'm not blocking you. I just want to be able to have a drama free. I mean, I guess everybody wants that. So it has to take everybody collectively to accomplish it. Thanks, Kid Natural. I appreciate that. Thank you. So I've ordered the little booger, the little four-legged booger, my fur baby. I've ordered him a second pie collar. Not only is it the second one, but it's a series two, which I don't know if that means it has any more features because from their website it doesn't seem like it. It seems like the only thing more that it has is it has a sturdier clip or something, but it does the same thing. It Yeah, Sugar Nova, that's a good idea too. Um, I didn't even think of that. Um, but the Fi collar is the best thing for tracking your dog when they have the thing on. But now, when you lose it, like I have, like I can't believe this. We cannot find it. It's supposed to be GPS local. The thing is, though, it has a light that will flash when it's on lost mode. But during the day, it's nearly impossible almost to see, and it doesn't make a sound. All I can do is get an update every 60 seconds of the GPS satellite position. And because this is a small area and the GPS connectivity, LTE coverage here isn't the best, it's a little, the accuracy isn't exact. So I've been running around. It says it's at this one address, and I've been running around looking for this caller, and I cannot find it for the life of me. So I'm just about, after all morning of looking for it, I'm just about to the point of, well, I already have ordered the new one. So, if I find the old one, I may send the new one back, but I probably would, you know, keep one for a backup or something then because I'm the type that I like to have a back. Like I have um, two pairs of these earbuds, and then I also have one main pair for. I usually use those for streaming, but they're charging right now, so I'm using the cheaper ones. And I don't know, I'm OCD. I have like, and I'm not just making up disorders because I'm not technically diagnosed with OCD, but I feel like I have it. Like I've got OCD tendency like things. Yeah, that's exactly what'll happen, RJO. That's exactly what'll happen. You got that right. And Sean, uh, yeah, you can have him chipped, but see, the thing about having him chipped is you got to rely a GPS collar is much more advantageous because with the chip, once if he's gone, then somebody has to find him. and they've got to bring him to a place that can scan the chip so they know who I am, and then they got to bring him to me. So the chipped version is good, but you're really depending on the kindness of strangers, which I'm not saying it can't happen. It does every day, and bless the people that do it. But sometimes it don't always work out like that. So I like to be in control. I want to have the way to be able to light his collar up in the dark if I can't see him, or find him if he runs off, stuff like that. Yeah. Plus, it has sleep tracking, like it monitors his sleep, and I didn't realize the dogs needed that much sleep, but apparently they do. Yeah, I went ahead and got that son of a gun ordered, and I tell you what, and top it all off, I just paid like $300 off one card, and I'm almost, I feel like almost in the regret of doing it for some crazy reason. But no, it's probably a good thing I did it. It's because I only got left, I only had so much money built up, and I'm getting closer and closer to being freaking broke. And so, I, yeah, I've got to try to get a work from home job or something, full time, part time, anytime. I don't care. Hey, has anyone seen the movie Interstellar? And was it any good? Uh, yeah, mosquito must be around. So how have you guys, what do you guys plan on doing today? I'm sorry I got a little space. I didn't plan to go on live long. I just wanted to say my piece, and it's taken a long time, I guess, longer than it should have, but I'm really, really hoping, praying that I can get this chapter closed. Well, oh, you already back? Yeah, I haven't seen this movie called Nope either. It's got Jordan Peele and stuff in it. I'm thinking of checking it out. But you guys have been nice and very welcoming to me today. I appreciate it. Part of me is iffy on even doing this anymore, but I'm wanting to think about doing a stream later that either if not on true crime, I know true crime's kind of getting a little bit played out. If not on true crime, maybe on the some of these active cases going on, or if not a case, we could talk about some of the crazy stuff some individuals are doing that's getting a lot of attention on the net. We could talk about whatever. Laundry, what are you talking about? But thank you guys all for, yeah, no. RJO, Sean L, Sugar Nova, Ken Natural, thank you guys all for coming and visiting with me this morning. I'm going to get off and go make some lunch or grab some lunch, whichever we decide to do. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace and blessings, and thanks for being here. Thanks. Thank you guys. Have a good rest of the day. Look out. Maybe I'll stream later. Would love to have you. Take care. Bye.